Here we go.
Ask an Advocate.
Yes,
Mark Stewart is on the phone.
Are you there, Mark?
I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well, for the most part. You know how it is.
Right.
If folks have questions, you can ask an advocate. 877-602-9696. Call in now.
Hey, Mark, can you give people an idea, the advocates, UtahAdvocates.com, give people an idea of some of we all know, like, car crashes. I mean, that seems to be the big thing, and probably the bulk of calls you get. But what other kinds of cases can you look at?
So, yeah, automobile accidents probably take 90% of the work that we do. The other cases that we see a lot, especially as we're getting into winter, are slip and fall cases, trip and fall cases. So people going into stores, restaurants, or at their apartment complex or condominium complex, they'll go out to their car and slip in the parking lot or slip in the entrance of some type of business. So we deal with a lot of those cases. We also take dog bite cases, which I think a few weeks ago we talked a little bit about, that we saw an uptick in dog bite cases over coronavirus. But, yeah, really any negligent type case. And that's why we always encourage people just to call in if they have a situation where they think that someone else's negligence caused an injury to them. We're happy to at least talk to them and delve through it and see if it's a case that we could assist them with.
And I would assume you can do that mostly on the telephone. You get a pretty good idea because you know the questions to ask, right?
Right, yeah. We can talk to anyone over the phone. The nice thing about our firm, they're going to talk to an attorney, so they actually are going to get legal advice as to if they have a case or not. The other option for people that we have is we have a chat feature on our website, and the chat is actually answered by an attorney. I handle most of those, as well as another one of the partners at our firm. But, yeah, you're going to talk to an attorney either way. So if you're at work and you can't get on a call, but you're online, you could jump on our website and shoot us over a question that you have, and you'll get a response back from an attorney regarding if you have a case or not.
How do you... So people get hesitant to do this kind of thing. Sometimes they think, well, it was just an accident. It was just an accident. That accidents happen, and you just have to take your lumps and move on. How do you talk to people about that feeling?
Well, the biggest thing that we probably stress is that the individual that hit you, we're not actually going after them. So a lot of people are reluctant because, like you said, they don't want to sue someone. They're afraid if they caused an accident, they obviously wouldn't want someone coming after them. So once we inform most people that it's the insurance company that we're going after, and these are multi-billion-dollar corporations, most people kind of their concerns are eased that when they know it's not that individual that we're actually pursuing, it's just the insurance company. And really the reason all of us pay our monthly insurance premiums are for situations like that. Obviously, accidents happen, and that's why we have insurance. And the insurance is there to help the people that you hit into so that they can get recovery so that they don't have to pay their own medical bills.
Let's go to Gabby. Gabby is on the line. 877-602-9696 is the number to call if you want to talk to Mark from the Advocates.
Go ahead, Gabby.
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen. I had a car that was, I was at a bike store, and we were buying a bike for my grandson, and the roof collapsed on my car. This was back in June. And I just think the property owner, totally totaled out my car. And when I asked for them to pay for my car, they said, well, just go through your insurance. Well, my car was a little bit older, and I didn't have comp and collision. And so I'm totally out my car. And I just think the property owner should pay for it.
Yeah. The roof of the store collapsed on your car. Is that?
Yeah, it was on KSL. It was a windy day, and it actually collapsed on a bunch of cars, but evidently they all had insurance, but I did not. And I just wonder, is there a problem that I didn't have comp and collision? I mean, why wouldn't they pay for my vehicle if I didn't have it? Because they would reimburse the insurance.
You got an answer for that, Mark?
Yeah, so their commercial insurance should cover that. Did they give you their insurance information?
Yeah, but they're not paying.
Yeah, so
Like, I've talked
their
to their
insurance
insurance
would be
adjuster and everything.
responsible.
Sounds like you need an
Unfortunately-
advocate.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you should call.
Seriously. But it's such small potatoes. It wasn't a Ferrari, you know.
Well, call their number, Gabby. Call 801-355-5550 and chat with Mark or somebody because you might have something there.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, and in that instance, the store should pay. The
Well,
store's
and
insurance should pay.
She brings up an interesting point, Mark. She said, well, it's not a Ferrari. There are probably a lot of people that feel like, well, whatever my damages are, it's not worth going to the trouble of trying to get that reimbursed. But my guess is you'd say that's not the case.
Yeah, it's not the case. And in that situation, it wouldn't be a case we could assist with because it doesn't sound like there's any injuries. But we can definitely give her advice on what she can do because the insurance for the business would definitely be responsible for repairing her car. But, yeah, that's a perfect situation of where we're happy to talk to anybody about instances like that and give them some advice on what they should do. It's also a good learning experience for why everyone should have collision coverage because we get those calls all the time where people say, look, I got in an accident. It was my fault. But I only have, I don't have collision coverage, and now my insurance is saying that I have to pay for it. So we always encourage people to talk to their insurance agents to make sure that they're fully covered, because really the difference in price a lot of times is a few dollars a month.
Yeah.
So it's worth paying that extra money, especially on the medical side. We always encourage people to up their bodily injury limits. The limit that Utah law requires is $25,000, but to jump up to $50,000 or $100,000, like I said again, is usually $3 or $4 sometimes a month, and it just makes a lot more sense to have that because if you get in a bad accident, you obviously want the most coverage available.
Yeah, of course, if I stand in front of the mirror and look at myself, I go, well, it's not a Ferrari. That's for sure. So,
Hey, I don't think there's very many of us that look in the mirror and see a Ferrari.
Mark, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes talking with us. The Advocates, UtahAdvocates.com. The phone number 801-355-5550. Everybody deserves an advocate like you, Mark. Thank you.
All right, Mark. Thank you.
Hey,
very much.
thank you guys. Have a good week. Be
See ya.
safe.
Talk to you later.